we're going to do surface area of a cylinder. Yesterday we did surface area of 2 other shapes. Your homework is all, and it's going to be worth another 100 points for your homework. And then remember to your Alex topics, make up Alex topics this week. All right, surface area of a cylinder. So, a cylinder is like a bottle of water. It's circular. What shapes are in a cylinder? What shapes do we see when we flatten out a cylinder? What is it? A cylinder, when we flatten it out, this is a flat cylinder. What shapes do you see?
Rectangle.
I see a rectangle. And what else do you see?
Circles.
How many circles?
2.
So you have 2 circles, and the third shape is a rectangle, right? A third shape is a rectangle. Okay, I'm sorry. What? How do I get a rectangle out of this?
Squashing.
Because you cut the ends, and then first you cut the ends, then you cut that diagonally, and then it'll be a rectangle.
Should we try it with this water bottle?
Yes.
Should we try it right now?
Yeah.
Who should I do it in
When
front
you
of?
finish the water.
Me, I'll chug it.
Okay, I'm going to show you magic. Are you guys ready? Michelle, I don't know if you knew about this, but I do magic. I'm a magician. Yeah. You see this? You see the label on my water bottle?
Yeah.
What shape is it?
Circle.
Circle. I think we're right here, right here. So what shape is this?
Circular.
Circular.
But it's a right now it's a cylinder, but it's glued together.
Okay. So I'm gonna. Don't ruin the magic.
Magic is not always.
She's just
So,
gonna cut it.
If I take this label, for those watching the video, if I take this label, which is circular, it's part of the cylinder, and I do magic with scissors, don't blink, you might miss it, and I carefully, without cutting anything, take this off. It's circular, right? You guys see it's a circle?
Yeah.
But watch, it's magic. Here's the magic trick. I don't know if you're ready for it.
Oh, wow. You know what makes me even
What shape did I just create? A rectangle.
Miss, I know your magic, right?
I know. It took me a couple years to do this magic. I know. Don't try this at home, kids. So, what started off as a circle, right? Here's my circle. Started off as a circle. When I flatten it out, it becomes a rectangle, which we'll need to know when we start doing this math. So this circular part becomes a rectangle. Does anybody know? Does anybody remember from a circle? What do we call when we go around the circle, the outside? What part? No, the area would be the inside.
Volume.
But we don't call it perimeter in a circle because we're extra. So circumference. So this part right here is a circumference. When I flatten it out, it becomes your base. Okay, here we go. You good, Oscar?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, let's turn to this page now. You ready? Okay. Area of the top of the circle. So, in order to find surface area, we're doing areas, right? So the first part, Jelena, let's focus on this right now. Okay, you're going to find the area of the circle. So here's my circle. Does anybody know how do I find the area of the circle? Who remembers how to find the area of a circle?
Radius. That's 3.14 times circumference.
No.
No, it's pi times radius squared.
There's hope.
Isn't it?
Very good. You are right, Dylan. Area is pi times radius squared. Now, of the circle, is the radius the small line or is the radius the big line?
Smaller.
Very good. So the radius is the small line. So area is equal to pi times radius squared. Radius is the small line. Okay. What is pi equal to? 3.14. So we're writing this down, guys, yes? Times, what's my radius? Oh, what's my radius in my circle? Sorry, I didn't go over here.
4.
What's my radius?
4.
So that's my radius. So my radius is 4. My radius is 4. So I go here, 4 squared. So pi times 4 squared. Why 4? Because that's my radius. Okay, without a calculator, what's 4 squared?
16.
Very good. 4 times 4 is 16 times 3.14. So what were the first part of this is finding the area of the circle. So we find the area of the circle, it's pi times radius squared. So 3.14 times 16. All right, use a calculator. What's 3.14 times 16? 50.24 centimeters squared because it's area. All right. Now, if one circle is 50.24, what's the other circle?
50.24. I mean, but then you said that so no, we're not gonna be the same thing.
I want to say that in 7th grade, I'm 99% sure in 7th grade they'll give you a cylinder that has the same top and bottom circle. Could in high school, I don't know. I don't remember this part of high school. In high school, could they give you a different circle measurement?
No.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember.
Wouldn't that be a cone?
A
Cone is a circle and then
Because you can cut the tip
A
of the
cone is not a circle.
What's the tip? Is that a circle or is that?
It's
But like
it's
the
technically a
top is like
circle.
a triangle.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's a triangle.
it's a circle tip.
what is
It's
y'all?
it's circular.
No, okay, it's
Yes, we have to take a field trip to the ice cream parlor that sells those. Eileen's gonna pay for us. Thank you, Eileen. Everyone gets one scoop.
The top.
It's a triangle, but it's like it's rounded triangle.
It's
And
so
they're all-
No,
It's not a rounded triangle.
the big
It has no edges.
Wait, I see it. You do see it in 8th grade.
He's not talking about it. He's talking about
No, he's talking about an ice cream cone.
The top part where you put the ice cream in, that's a circle, but the
Yes.
bottom part is not.
No, it's a
I
triangle.
know. Then why are you
Hey,
saying?
what you're saying?
Because like I'm talking about a traffic
My boy.
cone.
There's my scoop of ice.
Oh,
Oh, a traffic cone or an ice cream cone?
A traffic cone.
Ice cream cone.
traffic cone doesn't say on the top.
Let's go back to.
I know. Let's rewind the tape. We'll do that later because this is the video I gotta use. Okay. Yes, a traffic cone. Isn't it a square at the bottom?
No, it's a circle on the bottom and a circle on the top.
Smaller circle at the top.
To be continued. Okay. Okay. Are we okay with this part? So as 7th graders, I strongly believe that the circle on the bottom and the circle on the top are going to be the same. So you can just copy down your answer, okay? I don't think you're going to get like a water bottle where the circle on the top is smaller than the circle at the bottom. I don't think you're going to do anything like that in 7th grade. All right. Now, area of a rectangle. How do I find the area of a rectangle? Love that. So to find the area of a rectangle, you would just do base times height. Base times height, right? Like in 5th grade, you guys did this. In rectangle, it's just base times height, no big deal.
Where did you get the 5 from?
Five.
That's a base. It's a base. It's
Oh.
a B. Base. Base times height. Okay, so here is this rectangle. Where did they get this rectangle? They uncurled the circle. The magic. The magic. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Okay, so when they unwrapped it, this 6 is from the height. If you look at your paper, you see the 6 on your paper, the height. So that's where they got this 6. Now, how do I figure out the base? How do I figure out the measurement of this part? Okay, obviously it's not going to say orange, but do you guys see how this and this are the same thing in picture and my, so this is orange. I know you can't tell, and I don't have a permanent marker to use, but it's okay. So this is, and this is the same thing. When I roll it up, what does the invisible orange line become?
A circle.
A circle, so we're trying to find circumference. So this base is really your circumference. And how do I find circumference of a circle?
3.14 times diameter.
Whoa, brilliant.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
3.14 times diameter. Dylan, I know I could always count on you. Good job. Good job. Okay, So it's 3.14 times diameter. That's how you find circumference. What is the diameter of this circle?
6.
What's the diameter?
6.
Okay, let's look at the circle.
It's 8 because 4 times 2 is 8.
So what's my radius?
4.
4. So if my radius is 4, what is my diameter equal to?
8.
4, 8.
8 centimeters.
So we're going to plug that in. So 3.14, my diameter is 8 times 3.14. What's 3.14 times 8?
25.12.
2512?
Because I'm using my head.
Okay,
Not like that.
listen. This totally looks like one of our answers, right? This decimal looks really hard. What you just solved for is the base. How long is the base? 25.12 centimeters. But am I looking for the base?
No, you're looking for area.
I'm looking for area. Area is base times height. So what do I have to do? I have to
25.12 times 6.
450.7.
I have to take your base and multiply it by your height. I have to take your base and multiply it by your height. What is my base? 25.12. What is my height? 6. So what's 25.12 times 6?
150.72.
150.72.
Yes.
That would be my area, centimeters squared. All right. Do I now have 3 areas?
Yes.
Do I have 2 areas for the circle?
Yes.
Do I have an area for the rectangle?
Yes.
What am I going to do with all these numbers?
You're going to add them up.
I'm going to add them up. So what I need you to do is I need you to add circle, circle, rectangle. Need you to add circle, circle, rectangle.
200.
Oscar?
Huh?
Let's focus on this. Let's give everyone another 30 seconds, Dylan. I know you're super fast. What do we get?
251.20.
Centimeters squared is your surface area.
Can we put up 251.2 instead of
Yes.
150?
Yes. Your calculator won't give you that 0. If you added by hand, you would get that 0. All right. Okay, we good? We ready?
Yes,
You ready to do this on your own?
Yes.
Yes.
It's easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Ooh, that rhymes.
All right, let's do another one together.
Mr. Answers are literally in the thing.
Oh my God! Don't look. We're gonna look. Don't look.
Someone could have taken a picture.
Father, what are
Totally.
the answers?
It's 24 for 24.
That's so wrong.
Cheating. You can look back at the video.
Not cheating, right? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Pause.
I'm gonna go back to the video.
Dude, stop talking. 'Cause you're on the right track, and I don't want anybody else to get crazy ideas.
Guys, go
All
back
right.
to the video.
So, area of a circle, how many circles? 2, and then the area of a rectangle. Okay, first part, area of a circle. So, how do you find the area of a circle back from January when I first taught you how to do areas of a circle?
Pi times radius squared.
Good. So, although this looks like really hard and a lot of math, you've done all this with us. So, it's just putting things together. So, write that down. Now, Tiffany, can you write on your paper what pi is? You can do that. So substitute what's pi before I do. Now look at the circle. What's the radius? Okay, write that down before I do. So plug in your numbers before I get up there. You guys can plug in your numbers before me. So what would pi be? And what would be the radius?
100.
So hopefully you were able to do this before me. Okay, what's 10 squared? 100 times 3.14.
200. No, 214.
214.
That would be my area of the circle. Now, is the other circle the same?
Yes.
All right. So I strongly feel like this first part, pretty okay. It's just pi r squared. We're okay. I hope. Now the second part is your rectangle. How do you find the area of your rectangle? This one is only hard because you have to actually find circumference first. But look, whoever did this packet was very nice and did this part. 3.14 times diameter. What's the diameter?
30.
Okay, so let's go back up here. Did I freeze?
It's kind of light.
It's lagging, huh? Okay,
20.
so my radius is 10. What would be my diameter?
20.
20.
So it's 3.14.
So write it in for your diameter. Would be 20. And what we're solving for is your base. So what's 3.14 times 20?
6.
20 times 3.14 is
62.8.
and that's just your base. I still now have to do area of a rectangle is base times height. What is my base? My base is how long this is. In order to figure out how long that is, you have to find the circumference. So what's my base? 62.8 times. What's my height? 30. All right, type that into the calculator. All right. Woo! It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So now what do I do with these three numbers that I circled?
Add them up.
Add them up. So 1,884 plus 314 plus 314. 1,800.
2,512.
Yeah, 2,512 centimeters squared is your surface area. Are we going to ace this on the test?
For sure.
This question tests you on everything. It tests you on area, circumference, and then adding decimals. It's a lot. But it's a great question to ask like on a performance task because there's a lot of stuff to do.
Oh, the first is 1,130 something.
Do we trust him?
Yes.
Okay, I need your notebooks out. And I need your notebooks out. Okay, so this is number 1 from your packet. Okay, how do I find the area of the circle, right? So it's going to be pi times radius squared. So what is pi?
3.14.
3.14 times, what's the radius in my packet? 2 squared. What is 2 squared? 4. A mistake that I saw with my other class is that kids forgot to square it. They left it as that number and forgot to square it. So that does affect you. All right, type it in. What's 3.14 times 4?
1256.
Inches squared. Okay, that's the area of my first circle. What's the area of my second circle?
7.
12.7.
Yeah. No, wait a minute.
7.
Oh, no.
Circle.
It's the same thing as the first one, yeah.
Yeah, he's just testing us, see if we're paying attention. So, area of the first circle is 1256. Area of the second circle is 1256. Both circles are 1256. Okay, now, I'll let you in a little secret. Do I want you to take a picture of this?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
No, the notebook.
Just need a picture of this, okay? Just need a picture of it.
19 minutes already?
What numbers are we doing?
That's a great question.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
4.
let's focus on number 1 because it could change from second period. It changed yesterday. Okay, now this part, the rectangle. What is the measurement of this side of the rectangle?
7.
7. How do I get that number? From the picture. It's 7. Okay, now this bottom part. This is, I think,
4.
if it gets tricky right here. This is the circumference part. How do I find circumference?
2 times 2.
Do those.
Pi times diameter. So to find this measurement, I need pi times diameter. What is pi?
2.14.
Okay, Damien, what is the diameter, guys?
2,
4.
7.
4. It's 4.
No, guys, it's 4.
The radius is 2, so then the diameter is 4. All right, what's 3.14?
12.
1256.
1256.
Sorry, how am I set that already?
So I got to do 7 times 1256. 7 times 1256. I shouldn't have circled that, but I did.
87.92.
37.68.
Yeah, 87.92.
36.
1256 times 7, 87.92.
I knew that. I was just to see you guys.
Keep them on their toes.
Without the times 7, it's really on.
All right. So now, what's our last step?
Add.
Add. You're gonna add. I apologize. I shouldn't have circled these two. You're gonna add 1256 plus 1256 plus 87.92
Wait, 1256 or how many 56?
87.
because there's two circles.
Oh, 1256, 1256, and 87.92. 1214.
113.04.
113.04.
Good job. So our surface area is 113.04 inches squared. That is your final answer. Any questions? Okay. Do we do another one together, or are you guys okay?
Okay.
How much do we?
Okay.
It's like a bird hanging from the nest.
Okay, so your job is to do, in your notebook, numbers 3 and number 4. In order for us, if you're going to help us check your work, tell us what's the area of the circle, rectangle, and then do the same thing for number 4. The
Just
two
on those two?
circles, just those two. We have 17 minutes. You have plenty of time to ask for help, get your answers checked. We're going to stamp.
Just look.
For numbers 3 and 4, ask us for help. We have the answers. We even have the answers for the work.
You can go for 100.
Final answers and then the answers is
Stay focused, thank you.
as work.
So first is finding the area of the circle. So how do I find the area of a circle? Let me show you the work I did for number 1 to kind of guide you if you need it. Ready, set, go.